What's going on, guys? I'm Jada Black. I want to talk about Larsa Pippen, man. I recently did a video about her breaking up with Malik Beasley. Even though people are now breaking the story now, weeks later, but they're no longer together, and she's off to the next guy, right? And it seems like every guy is less and less notable. But I want to talk about why these guys don't want to be with her. I know it's the perception is that she's getting with these guys and then she's leaving these guys. I don't necessarily think that that's the case. I think that these guys start to show that they're just not as into her as she is them. She notices it and she looks for a way out, because she's the type of person that cares about the perception of herself. She wants to be known as the cougar who still got it. We're talking about a woman who, before she divorced or broke up with Scotty, allegedly was broken up, I believe in 2016, 2017. She had been married since the late 90s. So here you have somebody who's been able to keep themselves up, whether by help or not. And they want to go through that phase that they're seeing other women go through. You see, a lot of these women nowadays don't want marriage to keep them from having fun. And Larsa's that person. And that's why these guys don't want to stay with her. She's a good time. You see, Malik Beasley was going through a situation, right, where he was facing charges. He just signed a new deal with a new team. And he wanted to leave his ex because he felt like she did him dirty. And he wanted to wait to the right opportunity to break up with her. And that's what he did. He wanted to embarrass her. And he and he needed somebody to be there for him. And once he was able to get his legal situation settled, I think that situation fizzled and she moved on to the next one, because that wasn't going to last very long. I think she may have known it, and I think that he definitely knew it. Guys like that, for the most part, see women like Larsa as a good time. And that's what a lot of these middle-aged women who want to go through their single phase, who probably were married for a long time. This is why I tell y'all marriage holds no importance anymore. I mean, women could be married to ex-athletes, living good lives financially, but they rather choose the streets over a relationship. Yes, they do. They will choose the streets over a relationship. That's the saddest thing. But that's what's going on. That's the reality of everything. They don't care about keeping the family together anymore. That's why when you have men talking about marriages and not wanting them, they feel some type of way. But it's because of the actions of these women. These women just don't want to be, held down. I think a lot of men understand that. You see, men are starting to wise up. Men are starting to read women better than we ever have before, especially these older middle-aged women who want to go through this second single phase in their life when they were married or in long-term relationships. They want to compete with the younger women. They want to date younger men. They want to prove they still got it. She had no problem getting with Malik Beasley, a guy who was still publicly married and in a whole relationship. She had no problem doing that because she don't like other women. I told y'all, women don't like each other when it comes to men. If a woman sees a man that they want, they're willing to push the sisterhood aside and go after that man. It happens a lot more than y'all think it does. You got a woman like Larsa Pippen who was, I guess, happily married to Scottie Pippen, but she still went and had an affair publicly with Future, taking photos at his house, right? Embarrassing Scottie. This is somebody who you can tell they are street fiends. Like, they are fiending to be in the streets, and they don't care how people perceive them. They don't care what is said about them, unless now it's a situation where somebody is blatantly lying or not things like people said that she was in the DMs of LeBron James Jr., right? This crazy stuff, right? But other than that, she likes the attention that she gets from doing these things. And this is a woman in her 40s. This is why I tell y'all, man, age doesn't mean anything anymore. It doesn't. Age, having children, that don't show your maturity. There's a lot of immature, middle-aged, older people out here. I'm talking 40s, 50s, 60s. There's a lot of immature elders out here, and age doesn't mean anything anymore. To me, maturity is in how you carry yourself, your accomplishments. You can't be mature and be a failure, okay? You can't be mature and giving bad advice. You can't be mature and be in these streets the way Larsa Pippen has. I mean, look at Eddie Murphy's ex. I mean, you look at her, right, when she's all dolled up, even though the age, you can tell the age is there. She keeps her body in incredible shape, but she's still single out here. And she's in her 50s now. Them 60s gonna creep up on her. And she's still out here in these streets. And the last time you really heard about her being connected to a guy was a married man. I mean, that's devotion to the streets. When you get caught on photograph with a married man, that is dedication to the streets. And that's people who, again, these are divorcee mothers, right? These are people who are supposed to be mature. These are some people who are supposed to carry themselves in a certain way. They may be on the outside, but mentally they're immature. They still have a need to compete with the younger women, but the younger women are getting the men that these women want. That's why they're still in these streets. And they don't understand that, man. They really don't understand that. They don't understand that they hold the key to their own happiness. But they only take happiness out of taking a man from another woman. They only take happiness out of being able to outcompete the younger women. They don't take happiness in being in a loving relationship. Which is why, to me, it shows a lot about them. Now, I want people to understand, I'm not one of those people who go out of my way to go at single women because single women are doing single things. I'm just looking at the ramifications of being in the streets. You go from dating men, other men, like a lot of these women, you go from dating single men to trying to get a married man. Eddie Murphy's ex-wife did it, and Larsa Pippen did it. She went from, I guess, trying to deal with men who are single to saying, you know what, this guy's married, still got the wedding ring on, but then pretend like I didn't know. Well, let me tell you something right now. All that's going to come back on you. All this cheating on your husband, and you're getting with married men who are going through something mentally, and you're a rebound, and they know that you're easy. They know that, listen, Malik Beasley was in the comment section flirting with her. That's how easy it was for Malik Beasley. Because one, he had just signed a new deal in a new city. So I'm pretty sure she would have went to his page and saw all of that. She sees the type of woman that he's married to. And that's what intrigues them. You see, a lot of times, a woman may not be that attracted to you. They're attracted to the fact that you're able to pull an attractive woman. That is what brings women to you. When other women see that you have an attractive woman, that's going to make them even more attracted to you. Even if they may not be that physically attracted to you. You might even not be their type. But the fact that you have you're married, but the fact that you're in a relationship or married to an attractive woman, especially an attractive young woman, they are going to pursue you. They're going to want you then. You can be out and about with a girl that's attractive. That's going to attract that female energy to you. It might just be a girl that you cool with. And that's just the nature of women like Larsa Pippen. These older women are out here in the streets at large numbers, more so than the younger women. Because a lot of these older women ain't got nowhere to go. Like Larsa Pippen, she was still living with Scotty when she hooked up with Malik B. She was still living with Scotty. Speak of a doormat. Never be a doormat to one of these type of women. Leave her in the streets where she needs to be. All right?